Hello and welcome to this live stream, dear community. I thought I'd give you a little update on the happenings here. And so I'm still in Saint Corona, co-figure. What's the chances? To basically end the Corona crisis. And I want to share with you a few insights that I have, because insights are pouring in more and more. It's always about the same question. What's going on? What is going on? What is reality? And how can we change it? This is what this is all about. And when you ask questions, when you make clear intentions, okay, this is what being a telestai is truly all about. The Gnostics didn't call themselves Gnostics, they called themselves the telestai, from telos meaning aim. Okay, this is what brought me together with Errol and Chris, who you also saw in the last video. It's that we've got an aim, clear intention, and your reality creation goes only according to the intention you set into motion. You become, like is said in the Hermetic tradition, you become causes instead of effects. You invent reality with your imagination, and therefore, when you are playing the game can't play you anymore, because life is always dynamic, life is always in motion. So either we set an intention, and then it is all about if our will is as strong as is required to make this intention to a reality. And you go and move through the Trinity process of thoughts, emotions, and actions. And you align your actions according to your intention. And this is the great secret of reality manifestation. And you will always get resistance in order to manifest an intention, and especially with an intention that I share together with Errol, together with Chris, together with all the people, all those of humanity who are serving the greatest good, who are servants, protectors of planet Earth. We are many. And this is what we're here for also. And this is what brought me to the quite extraordinary place here in Austria, very well hidden, called Saint Corona. So, what I called this live stream is exactly what we're doing here. We are taking down the signal of the matrix. Yeah, we're taking down the signal of the matrix transmission. It's what has been symbolized in many movies also. When you think of the movie They Live, or when you think of the movie The Truman Show, or when you've looked into the work of David Icke, when he talks about the Saturn moon matrix, the moon being sort of like the satellite that has been hijacked by the forces of limitation, the force of evil, and transmit a fake reality that we then manifest as reality. And we've been getting some intel that I wanted to share with you. And I'm also doing this live stream because me, Errol, and Chris have been quite heavily under attack, which is normal when you do the sort of work that we're doing at the moment. That's totally fine also. It's part of the job of being a protector for humanity and being a protector of the earth, is you get energetic attacks. And we're having it right now. So what I thought was, let me speak about this, okay? And I'm taking every opportunity to share with you also what is truly going on here in Austria. This is extraordinary. This is really extraordinary times, and I am on a steep, steep learning curve, let me tell you. And it has only served me that I've not drunk alcohol since nearly 3 months now. And I've been going into the ice cold water now 48 days in a row. Except one day, which was last Saturday, when we went to the demonstration in Vienna. And this has only served me to prepare me for what is happening right now as I'm speaking. We're taking down the transmission of the matrix, and this links in to the place we are right now, which is called Saint Corona. So the intel that has been coming through me and through Errol is the following. As we know, the forces of limitation, okay, those who are running the shit show in the background, okay, behind all the smokes and mirrors and behind all the distractions, what we're looking at with the COVIDian cult imposing the Soviet agenda and the Soviet regime all across the world, and not many countries excluded. And those who are not in crisis yet would get into crisis if we don't stand up. This is what is truly needed. People like Max Egan, I can totally relate to when he has to leave Australia because there's no place on earth probably going more fascistic than Australia at the moment. However, the point that I want to make is you don't run from this. The last thing you do is run away from this, because there is no running away from this. We have to face the controllers and tell them what we are all about. We have to show them exactly what we're all about. So the intel that I've been getting is that the dark occult is always reacting to situations. So it seems like that the planet Earth, the Earth itself, and it comes through the Earth itself. It's an energy of awakening that comes through the Earth consciousness into our consciousness in the natural internet. Okay, like the Wood Wide Web that we know about. You can type that into the internet. It's all science. The Wood Wide Web, the natural internet. Okay, where we pick up intuitions, we pick up intel. This is how Gnostic intel really works. You pick things up, concepts, and then you share them. Now, it looks like since the beginning of 2020, and we don't know when this started, this is probably um, a rhythmic way, and it relates to the Schumann resonance. It's a rhythm of new energies pouring into this reality. And this relates to the corona, the crowning of humanity, the energy of crowning. Full activation, we're talking about. New levels of consciousness where you can see through the entire matrix program, all the intimidation, all the fear tactics, all the fear porn, and see it for what it is. And this crowning energy that is coming through the earth naturally on the portals that are on the earth, that are connected with the ley lines of the earth, which are the meridian lines of our body, the energy lines where all the source energy is brought into circulation throughout the entire earth. And that crowning energy, what we call the corona, since the beginning of 2020 has been hijacked and inverted. This is what they always do. They cannot the forces of limitations, the players in the background who we should really be looking at, which is what all my work is dedicated on, study of the dark occult, what true Satanism really is, beyond the Hollywoodized version of Satanism. Okay, these satanic rituals are a part of all of that, and yes, they are horrific. But the main thing that concerns us as human beings on this planet at the moment is the modus operandi of mind control. A spell on the human mind that they've put on our minds, which is the most important that we need to look at. Because when we break the spell on our minds, we free our minds, we get a new signaling. The signal of the new earth, the signal of the new paradigm. It's all about the signal. What radio channel you're getting in with your consciousness, what you're interacting with, what you're manifesting through that. The ideas, thoughts that come in as creative impetus, what it truly takes to make a difference in the world. So this crowning energy that is lifting us into a higher level of consciousness has been hijacked, inverted, and turned into an operation of mind control, which is the COVID crisis, the corona inverted. And I talked about this yesterday in Gareth Ike's interview that I had on Iconic. I hope to get the video clip so I can upload it on the channel. I've just lost my trail of thought. No, I've got it back. So what's been happening is an operation of mind control. Since, and we can pick this theme up, since 9/11 happened. That's why everyone remembers where they've been at 9/11, because it went deep into the subconscious. And it is very, very appropriate that David Icke called his book about 9/11 The Trigger. This is mind control jargon, a trigger. And this mind control operation goes right back to 9/11, and even before that. They know how to hack into the reality decoding mechanism of the mind and manifest the reality that they want of total digital dystopia, of total control, total lockdown of society, totalitarianism like we've never seen it before, with artificial intelligence, AI, technocracy. And they do this through the operation of mind control. So we pick this up at 9/11. The trigger, that's why you remember where you were on 9/11 when you were here. Right now to Corona, the hijacking of the crown energy of awakening. And what we're doing here right now, to explain to you what we're doing here right now, trying to explain to you what we're doing here right now, is that we are intersecting into the inverted into the inverted energy transmission, which is an artificial. So you've got the natural energy of the source coming into this reality through the earth. Okay? The energy of corona, of crowning, of awakening. Instantly gets hijacked by the dark occult because they have been still in charge then at the beginning of this crisis, but they're quickly losing. They are quickly losing their power the more we catch up to the agenda of what they're really doing, and especially what the mechanics and what the mechanizations of their dark agenda really is. So what we're doing here is we are intersecting the signal of the inverted energy of corona, which we can see all around us, the mind control operation all around us. But this is coming ultimately from the causal level. It comes from a signal. And that is a signal that's picked up by the mind, every human being that's not aware enough to realize that. And in a feedback loop of reality creation, they are creating the reality of the matrix, meaning another lockdown, forced vaccinations like we've got right now here in Austria, this and that. This is how they do it. And this is what we're working on. We're working on the causal level to change on a causal level what's really going on. That's why we're here in Saint Corona. Corona signal. The inverted signal of corona is an artificial field of consciousness. This is what we're intersecting to bring in, to turn off the radio transmission, so to say, of this artificial field of consciousness, the artificial matrix, the mind control operation, and turn that signal off and switch the signal to a new radio channel. This is what we're doing here. This is why we're going into ceremony again, Sunday and Monday, 2 days in a row, in order to continue our task of switching off the signal, taking down the heartbeat of this control system. And then we'll see what happens next. But just to keep you guys updated, sharing also these insights with you, because this is what is going on all around us. And now we can see it in a different light. There's many layers of truth. Okay? But this is where we get to the highest level of information when in this information pyramid that I keep talking about. We're on the peak of that pyramid. On the peak of that pyramid, we're talking about how we manifest reality into existence. And that this reality that we've been experiencing since the start of this crisis is the artificial matrix. And our job right here, right now, here, is to change the dial of the radio transmission for the new signal that is coming in, and which is the one thing they're most afraid of. So that the natural energy, which we can call corona, that is coming through the earth, so that energy can flow harmoniously without interference. This is our main job that we're doing right now. And that corona energy, a major point, which we think is the prime point of distortion that is going on the world. And this is why they have been speeding up things here in Austria. The main point on the earth grid where the corona energy from the earth, this awakening energy is being inverted and distorted. The main point on the Earth grid where this is occurring and being caused is here in Saint Corona. And that's why we're here, to intersect that signal, take down the artificial signal so the natural signal can flow, and every one of us has a more peaceful, more quiet mind, which we all need, and none of the mind chatter of the artificial matrix. And Tash, you are absolutely at the point. A portal. It's a massive portal we're here. The house that we're staying here is next to a church. And we're dealing directly with the dark occult here. I'm not going to mention any names. It's unnecessary. However, once we get this job done, and this is the reason why me, Errol, and Chris are going into the ice cold water every day, even though we're massively under attack and I've got a little bit of a sore throat, a little bit of flu-like symptoms I'm experiencing. Again, what they would call corona. See how they invert it? They call it a sickness, when actually, in actual fact, we're under psychological and energetic attack. But it's nothing. It's nothing, you know. It's like a little bit of a flu, which I can take the time and just relax and take it easy and just lie down, easy going, just calm down, just feel. And also, I do what the dark occult really, 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 really doesn't want me to do, which is to share all of this information. And there's many, many more layers that I can share with you, but I wanted to take the time to speak out exactly what we're doing here. This is real Gnosticism at play. This is, as I say, the peak of the pyramid of the information pyramid, where the dark occult starts to shake. Then they start to run away from you. When you know about reality creation, when you see through all the bullshit and you see how they are pulling off this crime against humanity that is happening every single day. And we're here to pull the plug. You have to do that at the root of the problem. You have to do that at the root of the problem. And the root of the problem has to do with a signal, which we then decode into existence every single day with the feedback loop of our thoughts, of our emotions, and our actions. We are creating that reality. However, we're waking up to their game. We're waking up to their play that they're playing on us. We're waking up to it. We're waking up to all of it. And in that sovereignty, the sovereign beings that we are, we take back full charge. This is also a point that I made in the interview with Gareth Icke. He was asking me, according to a poll that we have here, a public poll, 50% of Austrians are against and 50% are for the forced agenda, the forced vaccination agenda. And he was asking me for my opinion, and I basically said, well, basically, I don't trust any statistics that I didn't manipulate myself. And the thing we need to be aware of is it doesn't matter what 99.9% even of people do. It matters not. The only thing that matters is what we do, what you do. Listening to this, every one of us listening to this here too, is probably didn't get into their agenda, didn't get it into their bodies, which makes you be on the playing field in this great change that's occurring. You're on the playing field. And all of us are doing what is necessary in order to end this, and it will end soon. It's my intention, it has been my intention for a long time, especially since 1.5 years since I started this channel. You can go back to the videos. In May, I said we're taking back the planet. It's the only thing that makes sense. It's not only one country, because it's a holographic universe, multiverse. You're not only taking back one country, you take back a country, and you've also taken back the whole world. And that's what we're on the verge of doing right now. And as I also made the point in yesterday's interview, and by the way, the interview with Max Egan still has to wait because Max is busy, it seems. I've not heard back to him. Unfortunately, we didn't do the live transmission that we wanted to do, which he agreed to, but he didn't come online, unfortunately, and that's okay. Seems like people don't want good news. To ask the question, why is Austria, of all countries, going full speed ahead and speeding up the agenda? That's what I told Gareth Ike. How do you know an awakening is happening? When they speed up the agenda. That's how you know. They're running scared. We even had the Cardinal of Austria here after the first ceremony that Errol did with the others. The Cardinal of Austria. That's the highest point of the church. This is all about the church. That's why we're right at the church, right at the center of Satanism, in order to take the signal back where it belongs. This is humanity's destiny. So the natural frequency, the corona energy, can flow through the earth for everyone to pick up, because what is holding it back is an artificial inversion of the natural corona energy, which is an artificial energy field that I call the matrix of mind control operation. So, wanted to share that with you. I hope, well, I actually feel better, still a sore throat, but good to share all of this with you. That's why we're right in the middle, in the den. They can't do shit. No police can show up, because we're dealing with the high priest of Satanism in this country directly. Make no bones about it. This is what we're dealing with at the moment, and they've got nothing on us. They fear us. Can you imagine? High priests of Satanism can't do anything, and I'm just a normal guy who's learning to believe in himself. It's what we should all do, okay? This is number one learning lesson, okay? Learn to trust yourself. You have been brought to this video to watch this, to listen to this, because you are of the extraordinary nature that is going to make all the difference in this war that is happening on humanity. You are listening to this for a reason. The only thing you need to focus on is you believe in yourself. You trust yourself. Let go of any limiting ideas that are holding you back. They are a lie. They've got nothing to do with you. Trust yourself. It's what I've also had to learn these last months, and now I'm fully in my power. I can take on anything. Bring it on. I am the danger. I am the one who knocks. I give the orders. I am a child of the earth who didn't come here to do this bullshit. I'm going to show all of you how it is possible. We are all going to show what humanity is really all about, and we have been showing it non-stop. What an uprising. We had, according to the police, we had 350,000 people out on the streets in Vienna in Austria. This has never happened before in the history of Austria. A lost cause? Are we looking down the barrel of a dark future with food shortages and the food supply breaking down and financial crisis, the great reset, digital totalitarianism, switching to digital currency, probably in the form of AI and cryptocurrencies, blockchain based and all that? Bullshit! It's all a freaking lie, because they are the lie. The high priests, the Satanists, the satanic networks, they are a lie. And they are afraid of the true humanity that pumps our heart. They got nothing on us. Nothing. We are truly the ones we've been waiting for. We are the power. Their entire stupid control system has nothing to do with power, but all to do with the suppression of power that is within us. They've been running the world through abuse of power in the form of violence. That's what their system has been based on, violence. Now, what do we come around? What do we do? Our power, my power, comes from uprightness. Standing upright. As my dad used to say, head up, shoulders back, upright. Righteousness, because I know what is right and I know that what you're doing is wrong. They got nothing on us and they're running scared. They're running scared. So, it's great to take the time for another update. I'll keep updating. Also put together a new video. Have Errol on also. So this whole thing is just getting started. We're just getting started while they are sitting there. Yeah, you're over. You're done. You're nothing. We are the pioneers of the new earth. Cheers. Bye bye.